Slow Walking Floyd by Joel Harder with illustrations by Talia Fast. Deep in the woods of Parmore Estate lived a boy named Floyd who was always late. He'd be late for dinner, he'd be late for lunch, even late for dessert, but that's just a hunch. He was late to bed and getting up in the morn. His mother even said he was late being born. Yes, Floyd was never in a hurry at all. He'd be late in the summer and late in the fall. And all through winter and spring he would go, never moving very fast, always walking very slow. His friends would all wonder, why can't he walk fast? He's getting beaten by snails as they zoom right past. Yet Floyd still shuffled very slowly as he walked, never caring one bit how the townspeople mocked, never getting upset if they called him a name, never saying things back nor hiding in shame. Floyd didn't care what the people all thought. Being slow was who he was, whether they liked it or not. He enjoyed a slow pace so he could watch things pass, and stop to smell flowers or walk barefoot through grass. Now on one such day when Floyd was around, watching some bugs creep across the ground, a wind blew past him so stale and foul, and breathed down his neck with the hint of a growl. Floyd froze in his tracks, not knowing what to do, hoping that a friend might jump out and say boo. But the smell got worse, and the breathing grew loud, till Floyd felt like he was in front of a crowd. He spun slowly around to see what was there, and saw a large group of beasts all covered in hair, with their mouths open wide and their fangs gleaming white, as their drool ran down, sparkling in the light. Floyd tried to scream, but could only make a squeak. He tried to walk away, but his legs felt weak. And as the seconds ticked by and the beasts crept near, Floyd's knees knocked loudly as he shook with fear. He felt their breath on his face. It was warm like the sun. Then his strength came back. Run, Floyd, run! In a flash, Floyd turned and leaped in the air, then tore down the road with the wind in his hair. He ran down the street, then right across town. He ran up a mountain and then all the way down. It was then Floyd realized he liked to run. With the wind and the speed, it was actually quite fun. So he ran down the block and ran through the mall, then ran to his school and ran down the hall. He ran around the field and ran through the park. He ran all day until long after dark. Then he ran back home and ran to his bed, and all night long dreams ran through his head. Early the next morning, Floyd got up for a run, then ran home for breakfast and ran to school when he was done. And his friends were amazed at the change they'd seen, to how fast Floyd was from how slow he'd been. From a guy so slow you'd think he was stuck, to a runner as fast as a speeding truck. And they all shook their heads with frowns hanging low, longing for the time when Floyd moved slow. It was simpler, they thought, before all this speed. I mean, how much running could one boy need? We want the old Floyd, the one who can't run. Our slow-walking Floyd was much more fun. He didn't cause problems or get in the way. This fast-running Floyd just cannot stay. Floyd heard them complaining as he ran down the street, so he jammed on the brakes and skidded his feet. "What's wrong?" he asked. "Why are your faces so low? You just can't be happy no matter what speed I go. Why do you worry about all that I do? Just live your own lives and I'll do that too. Don't make yourself sad if I want to walk slow or run very fast everywhere that I go. You can do your thing and I'll do mine. We'll all play together and we'll get along fine." With that, Floyd stopped and looked at his friends, and they smiled at each other, and they all shook hands. They looked down the street and all started to run, and laughing and jumping, they played in the sun.